We once again move to the Middle East, where Iran claims it has obtained a massive cache of sensitive Israeli intelligence, including in files on Israel's nuclear facilities and defense plans, though no evidence has been provided. Iranian state media and pro-Iran outlets say the intelligence was gathered in a covert operation involving images, videos and documents that were transferred securely to Tehran. Two Israelis, Ron Mazari and Among Alatias, were arrested in April for allegedly collecting intelligence in the town of Kfar Ahim, where Defense Minister Israel Katz resides. Authorities believe the pair were in contact with Iranian operatives, with one of them even moving what's believed to be an explosive device. Israeli security officials say this is the latest example of a growing Iranian espionage network aimed at recruiting Israeli citizens to undermine national security. Now over to Europe, where in a significant development, China has announced that Vice Premier He Lifeng will be visiting the United Kingdom from June the 8th to June the 13th. During his visit, he is set to lead the first meeting of the China-US Economic and Trade Consultation Mechanism. This follows up on the trade talks held in May, where he represented China. On the US side, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick and Trade Representative Jamieson Greer will participate. The discussions are expected to focus on improving trade relations between the two nations. Now we move back over to the United States. Protesters gathered outside the Texas state capitol in Austin on June the 6th, marking the 81st anniversary of D-Day, to protest cuts to programs supporting US veterans under the Trump administration. The demonstrations, which involved US military veterans and activists, was part of a broader movement against the firing of over 1,000 employees from the Department of Veterans Affairs earlier this year. Veterans expressed frustration, calling on Congress to take action. The Department of Veterans Affairs, which provides healthcare to millions of veterans, has faced criticism for planned cuts, including reducing its workforce by over 80,000. Mental health services, which have been critical for many veterans, are especially under scrutiny, with rising suicide rates and increasing demand for care. Protesters argue these cuts show a lack of respect for those who have served the nation. We now move to the South China Sea, where Taiwan's Coast Guard has conducted joint military drills in the southern city of Koh Soing amid what the government calls growing grey zone threats from China. The exercise, overseen by President Lai Ching-te, simulated a hijacking scenario involving international terrorists, with Coast Guard forces working alongside military helicopters to retake control of a ferry and evacuate casualties. Taiwan accuses China of engaging in provocative non-military actions, such as cutting undersea cables and illegal sand dredging, to apply pressure without direct confrontation. The Coast Guard, often the first to respond to such incidents, has been expanding its fleet. President Lai has said Taiwan's government will continue to consolidate its defensive capabilities and safeguard its democracy. Taiwan rejects Beijing's claims of sovereignty, maintaining that only the island's people can determine their future. Let's now turn to the African continent, where